All over Southern Africa, communities are making their own libraries. Using whatever resources are available to them, they are collecting and sharing information, preserving their own knowledge and distributing it to improve the lives of their own community members and those of their children. These communities are not unique. Every community has the power and the means to collect and share information. Gamasemola is a small town in the Limpopo province of South Africa. Resources are scarce, but the community recognizes the need for a good education, and they've come up with a way of involving preschoolers in their own learning. Paulina Mpati teaches at the Lekgolane Mpepeleng preschool. Her students are just discovering the world around them, and they need a lot of visual stimulation to help them develop their creativity. Today, Paulina students will be helping her stock the school library. The children are about to make their own books, based on their own experiences. The children are just learning to read and write, but their pictures tell their own stories. Their pictures are usually about a good experience they have had or about a member of their family. Because the children can't write the story themselves, Paulina does it for them, but makes sure that each story is written the way the child tells it. Paulina reads the stories back to the children to make sure that it is in the child's own words. The children enjoy each other's stories and get to show off their own storytelling skills as well. Nonki reads the class a story about a person who is clapping hands and singing because they have a new suit, and the class is enthralled. When school is finished, Paulina walks Nonki home. Nonki has taken her new book home with her to show her mother. By reading to her mother, Nonki is sharing her skills with her. And all across Gamasemola this afternoon, families are discovering the joy of reading together. The next day, Nonki returns her book to the school and it joins the other homemade books in the school library. The young author's books are proudly displayed on the library table. Children can borrow each other's books and take them home to read to their families, just like any library. Each of these children has written and illustrated several books, creating a very special school library filled with their own very special stories. With just a few basic materials, children everywhere can make their own books. The mountain kingdom of Lesotho is the traditional home of the Basotho people. Nkabani Mokala realized that traditional Basotho culture was dying, so he decided to build a museum to his culture and to the traditional way of life. Nkabani built the building himself. It is an exact copy of a 17th century Basotho hut, and everything in it is authentic. This shield is made from the forehead of a bull because the Basotho believed that this would give the user extra protection in battle. Nkabani has made everything in the hut based on the information he has gathered from his elders. Everything is carefully researched, collected or built, from the pots to the grinding stone. Even the maize that Nkabani grinds is gathered in the traditional way, struck from the cob with a sharp stone by the women in the village. Nkabani has added a herb garden to the museum, and he often visits older villagers when he needs to learn about traditional plants. Today he is visiting Mr. and Mrs. Libitsa to discover the uses of the Lepetlani root. They tell him it was used to cure constipation, particularly in children. Nkabani can now add the lepetlane root to his garden, which is full of plants he has gathered from the mountains around him. Each one is indigenous to Lesotho, and the Basotho has used them as medicine for hundreds of years. Nkabani is now an authority on the Basotho objects in his museum. He has spent more than 4 years traveling in the mountains around his village, questioning the elders in remote villages. The lodge where Nkabani works attracts a number of tourists eager to explore the mountains on horseback. After seeing the area, they often become interested in local history and culture, and they are referred to Nkabani's museum to learn more.
This is David on the skeleton, and that flesh is.
If Nkabani is asked a question he can't answer, he will try to find out next time he goes to the mountains.
Where did they find the metal?
The metal?
At the end of each visit, Nkabani makes his visitors tea using herbs from his herb garden, a traditional treatment for diabetes. It also gives a quick energy boost.
Bye.
Nkabani's museum is growing every day. It has become a resource for his community, as well as a place for people to learn more about the rich culture that has shaped the lives of the Basotho people. This story shows that even without special training or a lot of materials, a determined person can preserve a way of life for future generations.